Something you're going to find out about my channel is that I want to cover and blend real-world elements into my work. I've thought a lot about how to cover humanity and intelligent life in Hyrule, and I think this is one of those times when I feel like the best way to cover humanity and intelligence is to be human and talk about my own humanity. What you're about to hear is a stream of consciousness without a lot of editing or effects or transitions. I've been in bed for weeks because of the ADHD medication shortage in the US, so this is going to be messy and chaotic, just like me. This is going to be a journey that comes back to the species of Hyrule. I'm going to talk about myself for a bit to draw parallels as we go. The first thing to know about me is that I don't actually like talking about myself, but I often do so in order to relate to others. I'm autistic and I have ADHD, and a lot of the way I communicate is around trying to figure out how to form connections with people. Historically, I'm not good at forming long-lasting relationships with people who aren't neurodivergent. Don't get me wrong, I deeply want to form long-lasting relationships, but I don't know how. Rather than wallow in sadness about that, I keep trying over and over again to learn and grow. I think humanity is very beautiful despite the pain in the world, and getting to know others helps me understand humanity better. The beauty of humanity often moves me to tears. I feel everything on an oceanic level. There's a quote I deeply love that I can't find a source for at the moment. That quote is about feeling things so deeply that even when I feel nothing, I feel it completely. My number one goal with my life is to understand myself. I keep finding that the key to understanding my existence is through the things I feel driven to create. When I'm not theorizing about Zelda, I create art, music, and poetry. Being autistic, I have many special interests. For example, I love koalas deeply. Rumor has it that several people are convinced I might be one. I love them. I bring them up for a reason. We're going to come back to them. What does it mean to be a person as an abstract concept? I know for myself, it comes back to our own experiences, as well as how others experience us. I'm the hero of someone's story and the villain in someone else's story. There are people who think I'm smart and others who think I'm stupid. There are people who think I'm fake and unbelievable, and other people who think I'm one of the most authentic people they know. All of those people are right according to themselves, and who am I to tell them they are wrong or right? That's where I find the intersection of humanity and intelligence is important in the context of life and existence. You can see that Hyrule has species of varying levels of intelligence according to our view of what intelligence is. I've been objectified for my intelligence a lot. I've met a lot of people who are threatened by my intelligence, but it's important to make a distinction here. Just because I'm predisposed to pattern recognition doesn't mean I'm smarter than anyone else. For example, I'm in awe of Captain Bergerson's dungeon design reviews. I can't reason about how they figured out the things they figured out. On the flip side, I'm really close to being able to discern the age of Hyrule in the era of the wilds for a whole lot of reasons that I don't know how to easily express. Back in my schooling days, teachers vilified me because of the struggles I have with ADHD and autism symptoms. My algebra teacher was mad because I could do algebra in my head, but I didn't possess the ability to express why I understood it. The point here is that for the things that people think make me smart, I also struggle with things that most people don't. Taking care of myself is really hard sometimes. I often forget to eat and drink. My speech apraxia is really bad at times, to the point where I verge on being nonverbal. Sometimes doing basic things overwhelms me to the point of tears. This is where koalas come in. Inevitably, when I say I love koalas, someone will tell me how they are stupid and how they eat poisonous leaves. The reason I don't feel any smarter than anyone else is because, like the koala, I have struggles. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Judged by the same standards, most people would say that Gorons aren't very intelligent because they eat rocks. While focusing on their rock-eating habits, you might miss that they are pretty amazing at structural engineering. For example, they built mines into a fucking volcano. All the same, the Zora are obviously skilled at structural engineering, but lack the awareness that they shouldn't let their reservoir flood Hyrule. The Rutella Dam is the result of others asking them to stem the flow of water. Living in a world filled with water makes sense to the Zora, but perhaps Hylian people don't feel the same way. The Gerudo are clearly good at alchemy and enchanting, but to outsiders, they're just a matriarchal society that live in a barren wasteland. The point is that to be a person and to exist means to be unpredictably beautiful and paradoxical. A lot of how we measure intelligent life is often extrapolation from single data points. It's not a great way to measure actual intelligence or potential. There are a lot of societal reasons why we still reward and objectify people based on how we measure intelligence. And it often revolves around groups that want to control the narrative of what's valuable to humanity. For the most part, the species of Hyrule don't seem to objectify one another all that much. And I love it. I love that individual societies are able to realize their differences and work together to achieve common goals. To close, after all that, it brings me back to the question, what is intelligent life? I'm not qualified to answer that question, and even if I was, I'm not sure that any one person can define it in an objective or subjective sense. Maybe, just maybe, it's better to view our capabilities and attributes as colors, sounds, and shapes. In each of us is profound beauty. Life is the art and music of the cosmos. As always, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to cover more topics in this type of format, and I'd love to know how you feel about it. Until next time, to quote Bill and Ted's excellent adventure, be excellent to one another.